Hi there, I'm Caitlin McNutt from Environmental Health. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about climate change in Hawaii. I thought it appropriate because I'm actually here in Hawaii spending time with my family who lives here. So the article that I chose to talk about is titled Hawaii Leaders to Trump. We'll stick to climate accord without you. So as many of you know, Trump pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord believing it could hurt U.S. workers and the economy. The governor of Hawaii says that the state will continue implementing the Paris Accord, even though Trump didn't sign the U.S. up to do the same thing. Adopting change is important in Hawaii because the state is extremely susceptible to climate change. One of the main goals that the governor talked about last week in his announcement was that Honolulu, the capital and one of the biggest tourist attractions in the state, wants to reduce energy consumption by 30% in the next 13 years. So that is a huge goal, and if they reached it, could do a lot for the environment here. And this article is very recent. It was just posted on June 1st, and it is from Hawaiian News Now. So some of the goals of the Paris Agreement that Hawaii wants to help implement include the long-term goal of keeping the increase in global average temperatures to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, as well as an aim to limit the increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius, significantly reducing the risk of the impact on climate change. They also want to help strengthen society's ability to deal with the impact on climate change, so not only implement at the government level, but also teach and educate people in society to help and know about climate change. This announcement is extremely important to Hawaii because the climate of Hawaii has already greatly changed over the years, and without further effort, more change could be very, very harmful. So climate change has already caused warming of the ocean, which has a lot of effects, as well as ice melting that is causing the sea levels to rise. One of the biggest detrimental effects that comes with the rising water temperatures has to do with the coral in the ocean. Algae lives inside of the coral, and the high temperatures of the water are killing off the algae. The coral feeds off of the algae, so if the algae is dying off, the coral has nothing to eat, and the coral eventually becomes bleached and dies off. This decreases the amount of coral, which is home to many fish, and it's actually estimated that 40% of reef fish could lose their habitat by 2100, which is a huge amount, and that's not just in Hawaii. The dying coral reefs also leave shorelines more vulnerable to erosion and damage. If we don't have those coral reef lines to protect the beaches and shorelines, the waves are just going to come in, hit the beaches, hit what's close to shore, and it could have some really damaging effects. So the melting of grounded ice and thermal expansion of the oceans are expected to increase the sea level 2 to 3 feet just this century. This will greatly affect low-lying coastal areas, and it could also impact coastal habitats, ports, and coastal infrastructures. It could affect people living near the shore, businesses, as well as animals. Some of these animals include the green sea turtle, Hawaiian monk seal, and endangered finch. All 3 of these animals nest on the beach. If the water level rises enough that there actually aren't any beaches left in existence, the animals won't have anywhere to breed and they could slowly die off. With climate change in Hawaii also comes vast economic effects. As we talked about earlier with the reefs, they protect fish nurseries and feeding grounds, so if they don't have this protection, there could be a decrease in fish populations. This alone could cost $385 million per year because it affects tourism, direct consumption, as well as commercial fisheries. In addition, Waikiki Beach in Honolulu is a huge tourist attraction, and it brings in $2 billion per year alone, just to one beach. So if the water levels rose enough to cover the beach, there would be a great decline in the number of tourists that go there, costing the state a lot of money. There are many efforts being made to reduce climate change in the state of Hawaii, and some of the ideas are outlined in the Hawaii Climate Change Action Plan. It outlines what people can do at all levels to help reduce climate change at the individual levels, social, family, and community networks, living and working conditions, as well as broad social level. These include educating everyone so that they can do their best to reduce climate change, encouraging the community groups to participate in planning and implementing climate change policies, promoting sector resilience in certain areas, as well as fostering cross-jurisdictional collaboration between counties, states, and federal agencies. So a lot of effort is being made, but it is difficult. I think overall it was a good move for Hawaii to say that they would stick with the Paris Climate Accord. The ecosystem and the environment here is so beautiful and unique that it would be such a shame to see it completely decimated by climate change. They are making efforts here to help reduce climate change, but a lot more needs to be done in order to protect their people and their culture and their environment. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.